Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Xbox Life episode 453 Simple Mode. I'm one of your hosts, Brun BJ Swick 33, and with me I have Rob, also known as Presar,
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hello.
and Mark, also known as Wingman 709.
Hello, hello.
So, while things get rounded out here in the show, let me give you a quick announcement. We are this Xbox Life, and we go live every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is on twitch.tv/this Xbox Life. So if you're listening to us on podcast, you can catch us live and see us and watch us and chat with us as we do our live show or live recording. Hey,
Speaking of which, I see voice meter. I see Mark. I don't see Brown and
yeah,
Rob.
Well,
he's
that's
drawing
because
us all
somebody
Yeah.
didn't show up on time, and now I can't figure
Oh.
out why it's showing voice meter and not you guys. Maybe I need to.
in.
I might need
It's
to
always
move.
something.
I might need to move Skype on the other side into my other monitor.
So
We'll try this
But-
again.
yeah,
So don't mind all the.
Yeah.
Junk you
Every
see,
time
that's all
is like
Rob's.
the first time.
yeah. But and that's the thing is most of or if you come and see us live, you get to see this fun stuff. But for you that are listening, which is a majority, I believe, of people, you just hear us at the end. So I've been gone for 2 weeks. The first week, I was packing to leave. I had a business trip or conference in Salt Lake City, Utah. And then the following week I was just returning, so I already kind of had planned with the guys to have that off. Salt Lake City, very pretty place. I really liked it there. It's cool. I'm a big mountain guy. I like mountains and stuff like that. So it was definitely pretty neat. So Rob, you ever been to Salt Lake City?
Once.
Oh, really?
I think Mark has too.
I used to live there.
Yeah.
Of course, because I went to visit you there
That's
Yeah.
at
exactly.
one time. Yeah.
But
No, it was nice. It's not as nice now because Mark's not there.
yeah, it would have been cool if he was there though. So,
Yeah.
but Mark told me a couple places to go and check out and see, and it was a good time. I really liked it. The conference was good. It was for Pluralsight. If anybody's not familiar with Pluralsight, it's a website or training thing that we use to keep up on programming and things like that. So, all right,
Yeah,
we're all drawn in there.
The main thing I remember from that whole city was this one place that Mark took me to that had like huge breakfast.
Big Z's.
Remember that? It was Big Z's. That was it.
Yeah.
I still remember it after all these years. I'm still probably trying to digest it. Who knows?
Probably. So,
It's
Brun,
so
I
full.
gotta share this with you, Brun. So, like, you'll get a plate. So you go in and it was $5 for the breakfast, and you would get 2 eggs, bacon, hash browns, and then either like pancakes and a scone, right? And
Mhm.
scones are huge out in Utah. I think it's a Utah thing, but it's basically big fried bread.
Yeah.
And then you'd put honey butter, which is another Utah thing. And so that sounds like okay, normal. But the very first time I ever went there and got this meal, when the plate showed up, all I could see was bacon, and the plate was piled. Let me get my camera. So like this is the plate. It was no lie. It was probably about that high. The whole plate was like a mound of bacon, and then you'd got to go through that, and then you'd find this big, huge pile of hash browns, and then you dug all the way to the bottom of the plate, and there were your eggs.
Oh my gosh.
And the first time I was dating my wife at the time, the first time I took her there, she ate her breakfast, and then she's like, got a to-go container, and you know those big square styrofoam containers? It was
Right.
crammed full, and then she still had food left over. She couldn't. This was after she ate, you filled one of those containers so full that you couldn't even put any more in it, and then still didn't get all the food off the plate. It was insane.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, and that was called the Big Z Breakfast. This is at the Big Z truck stop. So north. It's not in Salt Lake. It's north of Ogden. I think it's in Ogden, actually, Utah. It's about 25, 30 miles north of Salt Lake City. So that's why I didn't tell you about it, because I knew you were down in Salt Lake.
Yeah, like we didn't do car rental or anything like that. It was just like we walked everywhere we wanted to go, and it was it was in the 50s. It was nice. I mean, it was a good time. So they had a bunch of cool speakers and stuff there, and the last day was capped off by the former First Lady Michelle Obama did like a sit down interview with the CEO and stuff, or CEO of Pluralsight. So it was pretty interesting because it's mainly about their main thing's education. So yes, they're doing IT training and stuff, but they're really educators at heart. So it was pretty cool. But I came back and finally did some gaming.
Yeah.
So we can get to what we've been playing. So Rob, why don't you?
Sure. So I played a little bit of the what's it called? The pinball game.
Pinball FX3.
Yeah, that's it. So I played some of that, and it was kind of a weird process to import the old games into it. If you went through the process, you kind of know what I mean, where you hit this button on the what?
Dude, that is a nightmare on the Xbox.
Yeah. So at first I go into the game and I did not notice the import section. So I'm playing the one game that they had, and I'm like, okay, I know you're supposed to be able to like import the old stuff. How do you do it? And then I saw the import button, and then I hit it, and then it was kind of strange. So you tap it, and it kind of like sits there for a while, and then it keeps launching these like store screens where you can install whatever you purchased prior. So for me, I had 15 of those, not boards, what do you call them? Games?
Tables. Yeah.
Tables. Yeah, I had 15 tables that I was going to import in. So like the first couple, it imported. And then like the remaining, I don't know, 10 were just at this like funky page. It said like, whatever you're looking for isn't here anymore. And so it would keep launching that screen, and I'd click back out of it. It would go back into it, then back out of it, into it, and back out of it. So that was a little annoying. But then once it completed, I wasn't sure if it got everything. So then I ran it again. And I went through this 15 times.
Yep.
So it's kind of a funky way to do it. Did you have to do the same thing, Mark?
Yes, I'm assuming.
Because I know you bought more tables than
oh,
I did,
dude,
so it must have been worse.
Dude, I had to quit. I was really happy that they could do the import, but let's put it this way. So I started on the Xbox that night, and yeah, you do one. You're like import tables, and it goes to the store, and here's one, and you say install it, and it installs it, and then you have to hit back to go back to the game, and then import, or it automatically goes like back to the store, and yeah, it just kept doing that. And there's no way to get out of that. Like you have to dashboard if you want to quit. So like you're stuck in this. And it was like I was doing this forever. And then finally I hit like it was throwing errors at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, great. So I quit. I'm like, I'm done. This is ridiculous. And then they wouldn't. So I quit doing the importing. I kind of crashed out of it, went back into the game. And like all the games that like were supposed to be installed weren't. Like one of them was there or something. It was like, and I'm like, and I'd go in and see that when I manage the game, it shows that, oh, these are still installing. Like it was taking forever for some reason. Did you have that problem, or did they show up right away?
They showed up right away after that sort of painful process. And like I said, I only had 15 tables that I purchased prior.
Yeah, maybe that was
somebody
why.
I can imagine somebody that bought a lot more.
So, but then, so here's the thing. So the next day I'm at work and I'm like, I have my Surface tablet up and it's Play Anywhere. So I was like, okay, let me install it on my Surface tablet. And then I did the import, and it doesn't leave. It just pops up and says importing this table, then the next one, then the next. I didn't have to touch it. Nothing at all. I'm like, this is what they should have done on the Xbox. So thanks, Ryan Blake 12 for following. It was so easy. And so I came home and I was like, all right, let me check on if there's any difference. Like, okay, so they were all installed and everything showed installed. Then I went back. I'm like, okay, import games, and it gave me the error message again. And then I went back and I looked, and I was like looking at all the tables, and I'm like, okay, there's a few Marvel ones that I know I had, but I don't know if those are ones that they were importing. Like Blade was one of them, and that one's not. So I don't know if that one's not an importable one or not. I'll have to go. I need to go look and see. They had a list of what was going to be imported, but everything else looks good. I think there's a couple Marvel tables that I had that maybe didn't make the import list. But yeah, the Windows import was so much easier than the Xbox import. So I hope that doesn't bode for the future what we can expect.
Yeah.
So ugly. Ooh.
Yeah. You brought up a good point with that being Play Anywhere. I'm installing it right now on my Windows machine.
Yeah.
I see one of the tables is flagged as owned, but the rest of them don't.
Well, hit your
Interesting.
import and it might pull them over. It pulled all mine over on that import option for Windows. So.
On the Windows one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It did pull them down. So, and that was after I had them on the Xbox. So it should still pull them on both sides.
Okay.
And
I'll mess with that later.
And I'd imagine if I installed it on my machine here, my desk, my home machine, that I would imagine I could still install it here too, as well as my Surface tablet. I don't think that would cause a problem.
Right.
Because I'm still logged in as me. So.
Yeah, but after all of the installation stuff, the game is pretty good. It's more of what you expect, plus the multiplayer stuff that they added. I was looking at the game style and the play and how the tables work. It looks more the same kind of as it was in FX2. So I don't know if there's anything really earth-shaking, groundbreaking in terms of gameplay and all. But
they got the tournaments, they've got the hot seat, they've got multiplayer. Now they've got like you rank up. So like you get your background, upgrades. Like you got a game card now, like everybody does. And there's probably loot boxes in there somewhere.
Llamas,
loot llamas,
treasure chests. Yeah.
So it looks nice.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if I really noticed a difference between Pinball FX2. I was like, I should go and relaunch one of those tables on FX2. And really look at it and then launch it on FX3 and see if I notice a difference. But I think that game's going to be 4K. I don't know if it's HDR, but I think it's going to be a 4K game for the X.
Yeah. I'm sure they're going to easily enhance it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so played some of that and then also played some more of the Skyforce Anniversary. Still loving that game. Got the latest update for the Xbox on Friday or Saturday. And they made some enhancements to the store. It's actually kind of nice now. A little bit nicer. Like the icon's a lot different. It looks much better now. And when you go in the store, it actually flags all of the stuff that's new. I think it says new release in like, it's like a little yellow, orange, or something like that, a very vibrant color, so you could tell what was new. So there's some changes coming down the road for that, and they're very, very well done. I mean, outside of that, I don't think I did much else. So I think it's about it for me. Next.
We're going to let Brun go last, because he should have a big list since he was gone for 3 weeks. But
Yep.
I got excited again. I'm back into gaming. And this was interesting. This is a game that came out, I think, 2 years ago. And I'd heard about it, but I didn't know who made this game. And then we were talking, was it last week? something happened since our last show, and we went to look something up, or I looked something up about um, a game. Oh, no. I was looking. I think it was during last Sunday during our show. I was looking up. What is that called? Strange Brigade. So when we were having our voicemail, that we got a contest, we're giving away $60 today, thanks to Commander Sisson, a member of our community. He had asked like, "What game are you looking forward to playing?" And I remembered that there's a game coming out called Strange Brigade, and it's from the makers of the Sniper Elite series. And I remember looking it up, like, man, I haven't heard of a release date yet, and I still couldn't find one. But what I discovered was that these were the guys that made not only the Sniper Elite series, but also a game called Zombie Army Trilogy. And I was like,
Yep.
and I was like, how did I miss this? Because I love the Sniper Elite series. And so I went out and nabbed it, just because of the other games they make. And this really is. It's like Sniper Elite except zombies. I mean, it's basically the same game, you know. But it's got different maps and all this other stuff. And dude, it's fun. I'm having a blast. I played co-op the campaign with Jesus Walks a Lot. Him and I were playing. We had a great time. We burned through two levels, the first two levels in the campaign. And it's not easy. We're even playing it on the easiest mode, and it is not easy. It kind of reminds me of another game, but so, but it's so much fun to play in co-op, and him and I are just having a blast with it. It also has a horde mode, so you can get online and play with people. And we all know what horde mode is, but yeah, it's the same type of thing with harder zombies. Like these, I saw zombies come out in full medieval armor and stuff, and I'm like, every shot you're taking is like pinging off of their armor, and I'm like, how are you supposed to take them down? So you got to like use trip mines and dynamite and stuff like that. So, but it's fun. And then I also played Pinball FX3 as well, and we already talked about that. So, but yeah, that's what I've done. So, Brun, he who failed to listen to the show while he was gone, because we don't rate in his book. But
Excuses like work and busy.
yeah, and vacation and family and garbage like that.
Lame.
So, since you wouldn't give us a time of day to listen to Rob and I working hard to entertain you, I hope you at least played some games.
Yes, I got to play some games, definitely for sure. So, what I had is the following.
Thank you for the follows. I missed one, sorry, and then I cannot even pronounce that other one because that's like in Chinese or something. But thank you for the
first one was
follow.
So, what you have is, let's see, what I have is Battlefield 1. So last night and kind of last couple of days, double XP weekend, of course, the Cornbread, the Terminator, and Lowland Orphan. We kind of played some Battlefield 1. I also played some Battlegrounds with a buddy from work. It's Lost Variable. And I did the Forza 7 demo. I will say that the game looks very pretty. Mojo Red, I believe, was playing it right prior to us recording. He was playing it on Mixer. It looks nice. I can't imagine what that's going to look like on Xbox One X. There was what was it called? You said it was a loot crate, but it's not a loot crate. It was what was the real term for it?
Oh, reward crate or
Yeah, it was like award box or prize box or something like
that.
So those are in there. But the one thing that kind of bugged me about the game is I'm driving and I'm literally on the right side of a vehicle trying to pass that vehicle. And they're just like, oh, I'm a computer car. Let me drive the best, the top line or the best line. So, let me drive the best line. So what I have to do is, it doesn't matter if there's a car next to me and it just like slams into me. And I'm like, what are you? I was like, what? I was like, come on. Like the computer car's still slam into you. Like they just don't care that you're there. And so that's kind of a pain. But I can't believe after all these years that we can't have a game that, the computer cards are smart enough to where they won't turn into you. So I played that. The other thing I did is I did some of the COD World War II beta on PC. I did play it on PC because I just didn't have time to get to it. I don't even know, was there one on Xbox? I can't remember. So I went from rank 1 or rank 0 to like rank 6. I played it with, 4 other people. We squad up. I was really looking forward to Call of Duty going back to World War II and going back to what they were calling back to our roots. If you guys remember, that was their whole saying. They were going back to back to their roots of no more of this crazy jumping and guns that don't exist and stuff like that, until you start playing the game and realize that, well, there's still perks. So that gun that you have can shoot better and not have have less recoil if you have this perk or this thing turned on, or you've ranked up to this. And then, one gun that they had on there, of course this is a beta, but one gun they had is like the ST-44 or something like that. The gun had no recoil whatsoever. So people were getting like sniped from across the map and a couple bullets and stuff like that. And so, I was playing it like, okay, well, they're ranked 15, 16, 20, and I'm only 2, so let me get used to it a little bit. The one thing that then just ruined the entire thing, and I had a tweet out to this. I'm like, hey, I was playing Call of Duty World War II. I was having fun. I was having fun at this time because, I know it's a beta. And I know that there was perks and stuff. It's like, okay, well, since those are still in there, I have to get them. What ruined the entire thing was just after the match. Of course, I'm on PC. The people that type the stuff in the chat, like on Xbox, they just yell at you in the lobby, but on PC they can talk and chat the entire time. And what it was just like, oh my gosh, these wins or these rounds are just too easy. These guys need to get better. Like, you guys stink at this game and you're horrible. And my comment back was like, don't you have school in the morning? Shouldn't you go to bed? But that's what it was. Is like, and I literally tweeted, I was like, I was having fun, I was having a good time, but the COD community of children ruined my entire experience. Ruined the entire experience. I was like, I'll pass. So the reason why I'm not getting that game, like, if you guys like Call of Duty and you've always played it, you guys are going to have a good time with it. It looks really fun. But the community just entirely ruined my experience. So I'm not going to deal with children like that. So, but yeah. So, but Mojo Red says, yeah, they run you off the road. Yeah, Mojo, we were watching you play. I watched the guy that basically Mojo got T-boned on the road, and the car just didn't stop going straight. It just kept driving straight, and it was pushing him down the road. Like a real car would stop, but no, it just kept driving Mojo until there was a left turn. And when it turned left, Mojo just gassed it and just drove straight. It put him in last place, and then he got into second place. I mean, I literally just watched that happen. I'm like, this doesn't happen in real. It's like, I can't believe that car didn't stop. But
that issue's always been there, though.
Yeah, it has. I mean, I know the computer cars or whatever cannot, sometimes that's hard, but in the real world, like even today, Tesla has a vehicle that will not turn into a car, will not switch lanes. It drives itself, and it doesn't turn into another car. So, I mean,
until it gets hacked.
Yeah. So, but that's all I was playing. So mainly Battlefield.
Cool. All right. So moving on, you can support the show by going to thisxboxlife.com/Patreon. This is a monthly subscription to donate to us automatically every month. You set this up on how you want and your amount. If you want to do a one-time tip, you can go to thisxboxlife.com/donate. And we appreciate it. Again, like Brun says, they're not expected, but we do appreciate the tips. All right, so we're going to jump into our topics, and we're going to kind of breeze through these hopefully pretty quickly because we have a lot of emails and voicemails to get to this week for our contest. But we do want to talk about a couple things. So I can gather, based on what we just talked about, that none of us have played Cuphead.
Not yet.
No, I haven't.
Okay. I have watched several different people play this. Have you guys at least watched people playing it?
No.
Yes, I have.
Okay. So, the title of our show this week is Simple Mode. And this game, Cuphead, has a simple mode. So when you first start out, there's a simple, I think it's simple and regular, or simple and normal. I think it's simple and regular, I think. And I watched some people trying regular, and then they had to go to simple mode. And I've watched people play and die on simple and die and die and die and die. And it's the game is so neat looking. I love the animation, which is weird because it's just I'm not a animation type of person. I'm not a cartoon person. But this game looks so neat. It's so you can't help but smile. And even though you die a lot, the people I've been watching are still laughing and kind of having fun with it. But just be warned that this game is, even on simple mode, is going to get hard. And I know someone in our community was saying, oh, simple mode wasn't too bad. Then they came back later and said, okay, I retract that statement because in World 2, it really ramps up. And I was only watching people in World 1. So it's one of those I'm probably going to turn it on tomorrow on Mixer at work and have it playing so I can just kind of watch people. It is really neat. And again, this game, everything's hand-drawn. So it's just mind-blowing to see how good this game looks. What I like about it is it's cute. It looks amazing. It's only $20, which is like the one reason I want to get it. It's like I want to support these people for having such a great-looking game and all the work they did, and it was only $20. This game probably could have been sold for a lot more money. But Bron, what do you think?
You talk about like how neat it looks or whatever. I think that's the thing that jumps out at me. We all know what it was going to look at, but when I look at it, like you're saying, you laugh and kind of smile. That's my whole thing. I just look at it and I'm just like, I understand this game's really hard, but it's one of the ones I like even showed my wife, and she's not a gamer at all. And she just kind of looked at it. She's like, it looks like an old time cartoon. I'm like, I know, that's the coolest part. And I like the gun. Like the gun is his finger. Like he's got a finger gun, and he's like always like pushing his thumb down, and it's just it looks neat. I really do like it, but of course, yes, I was watching guys from Horrible Gamers play, and it was just like, oh, he's going to get it. Nope, he's dead.
They get right to the end too, and it was like it shows you like none of the levels are long. They're all relatively short, but it shows you like how far you got in the level, quarter of the way, halfway. And I've seen him get like you're right there, like another 10 seconds, you probably would have had the guy and finished the level, and they die. It's just and it's just over and over. But it's such a cute. It's like I wish there was a true simple mode. Right. That because I really want to get this game, but I know this is going to be one that I after a very short time, I won't think it's funny anymore. I won't think it's cute. I'll be cursing at these guys. And I'm like, I'm just going to save my $20 because I won't get in. I probably would never get past World 1. And
it looks like on a level though, like if you have like 3 parts to a level, it looks like if you make it so far and then you like if you make it to like the second part of a level, and you have to correct me if I'm wrong or if anybody knows, it looks like if you die you at least get to start from there.
No.
So it doesn't push you back all the way to the beginning of the level.
Yeah, it does.
Every time. Oh, it does?
Yeah,
okay.
It does.
'Cause I thought okay.
Yeah, because I've seen him get like to the end, and no, you start over. But they're not long. I mean, the levels
Right.
aren't. They're not like you can. And it's funny because I was watching Jesus Walks a Lot play, and he did actually complete one, and I was like, wow, that was pretty quick, and it shows you how long it took you, and there's all these different like things that it rates you, and then you get a grade. And I'm like, oh, he might have got a B out of this, and it was like D, and I was like, what? I'm like, so I was like, wow, I thought that was a pretty good run, and it wasn't. He still passed, he still completed the mission or the level or whatever, but he still got the grade of a D, and I was like, what is it gonna take to get an A? But as you complete stuff, and there's like, I guess there's coins in some of the levels. There's coins, and you can use those to buy like powers. Like instead of a single shot, it's like a triple shot. So it shoots in multiple directions, and there's different like power ups and stuff that you can get for your character. So that's going to be the stuff where like the replayability and stuff to get that type of stuff will make it easier, I guess, maybe to get through levels that are hard. Um, you know, that mechanic or that ability to get those superpowers or abilities will probably help. But it's a fun game to watch.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
all right.
I don't know. I'll probably end up getting it. It's one of those games where I really want Jameson to try. So, he's 6 years old and he does some of the coolest things with games. Like he played like Mario Kart at like 3 years old. He was playing Mario Kart
Yeah.
and he was like, I called him like the drifting king because he was like drifting like entire laps and he would basically play the same level over and over and over, and he would do time trials against himself. And these time trials that he was doing, they were in such like low times. It's like, I gotta look this up, and I look him up, and he's like up there with like professional gamers with time trials in these certain
Wow.
matches. And then I'm just like, okay, I'm going to race him. I'm just like, I am not going to let my 3-year-old at the time like beat me. Yeah, he beat me. Like, and I wasn't letting him beat me either. I was really, really trying, and he beat me. It was crazy. And Super Mario Run on the iPhone, like my wife or I would hand him Super Mario Run, but like, hey, beat this level for me, and he was just like, boop, doop, 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 and they'd like hand us
Done.
back the phone. Yep,
Nice.
no joke. And I was just like, wow. He just and so I told Devin, I was like, Cuphead is a game where I know it's extremely hard, but I think he would really, really like it because he loves that type of challenge and that
Yeah.
repetitive type thing. So I don't know. I might have to do it and get it. And he plays Rayman, the Rayman Legends or whatever, the one that was like all the Rayman games.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? And plays the same levels over and over and over. And I go back and look, and he's got like 3 gold coins and all the things like on all these levels. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
He just eats them all. So I'll have to try it out with him.
Yeah, I want to get it just to support the dev because the game is so amazing, and for that price, it's just like I kind of like, yeah, I want these guys need to stick around. Um,
And it's play anywhere, right? So you buy it on Xbox, you get it on both.
Yes.
yeah, I don't think I'd probably play it on PC, but
But it's just the point. I mean,
Right.
it's just like, well, I mean, you're getting a lot for $20.
oh yeah, there's a lot of gameplay there, so definitely check it out if you have. I don't know, I'm on the fence. I might break this week when I watch some more of it. It's just so cute.
Yeah.
It's
Just a matter of time.
it won't be cute when I'm throwing my controller through the TV. I just don't want to go down that angry path.
Stick to the zombie game.
Exactly. All right. So Braun, I wanted to throw this one in real quick. I don't know if you've heard of this, but Elite Dangerous is a game I know that you enjoy.
Yep.
They have mysterious aliens have started attacking players. Have you
No,
heard
I
of
have
this?
not heard. Yeah, I haven't heard about this. Like, I played for a lot, then I took a break, and I just came back like a couple months ago and started playing it again because they've added so much. But there's been this thing over the last month where it was just because people have been stretching out and reaching further and further in the universe, where it's just like, oh, we found this weird thing, and then it was just like you read the blog or something. It's like, yeah, people are hearing this weird noise or this weird chatter or something like that. So it's almost like they've put this thing in the game that almost like they're discovering a new type of race or something. So,
Yeah,
but
so the article says that the 5th major update of the Horizons season has been released for Elite Dangerous, bringing with it the arrival of the Thargoids. The return. So this is dubbed Horizon 2.4, the Return. So the new update features an ongoing story arc where commanders find themselves caught up in a battle against the mysterious aliens, whose history dates back the release of the original Elite in 1984. Players will need to employ new strategies and develop new technologies in order to contend with the threat the Thargoids pose to humanity. And here's what I think is cool. So, I'm getting to that. The story of the Thargoids can be found in the extended fiction of the Elite franchise, as well as Frontier, Elite 2 and Frontier First Encounters. But it says Elite Dangerous was released in 2014, but it wasn't until early this year that players discovered the first ever alien in the game, hinting at the possibility of an upcoming in-game invasion event. So,
Wow.
I think that's cool. Like you were saying. So, Braun, you said the players just kind of kept expanding out different, and then they finally discovered this alien race that's been in this game, and now it's like they're attacking players. I think this is it's kind of neat. So,
and Horizon and actually the not Horizon, but Elite Dangerous. Like you had the first part of the first game, and it was out for about a year, and then Horizons came, and it's like the next big three or four cycles of content, and then like there'll be another expansion. Basically, these aren't. I don't like how they call them season passes because they're expansions is what they are for in terms or whatever. But you can go out there and find Elite Dangerous's roadmap of their game. And they're in year, so it was in 2014. They're in year 3. It's a 10-year plan. This game is going to be 10 years long, basically, in development and releasing content and stuff like that. It is massive. It's going to be huge, and this is just part of their of their releases and stuff like that. So, I don't know if anybody can find it, or maybe if I can find it, I'll put it on in our Facebook group, but. It's a cool game. They're really putting a lot of time and stuff into it, so that is pretty neat.
All right. So next, again, this was something I saw this week that I wanted to just take a quick moment to get you guys' opinions. Supposedly, Microsoft was working on an Xbox smartwatch that they abandoned. So they've got a couple images that have popped up. Suomi Mobili reports via NeoWin that the images may depict the never-released Xbox wearable that Microsoft was rumored to be developing back in 2013. The potential device was rumored to be slated for release in 2015, but instead we got the Microsoft Band in late 2014, which is now defunct. The images show a square-face watch with a 1.5-inch display, complete with a heart rate monitor on the back. Apparently, this watch would have also supported magnetic charging and sync when connected with Surface tablets, as well as sporting replaceable watch bands. So, I don't know if they're going to do anything. Seems like they've the watch. I know the band has gone away. They did not make a Band 3, and I don't know if Microsoft's going to pursue any more wearables, but they were at least having Xbox branded prototypes that they were working on. So, maybe in the future we'll get a Xbox watch.
Yep.
So, there's new game. The Game Pass. So today's October 1st. So that means new games in the Game Pass. So let's see. Right now what you can get is Super Street Fighter 4 State of Decay. And we know State of Decay 2 is coming out, so this would be a good time to go in and play the original if you haven't, get an idea what that game's about. Saints Row, Gat Out of Hell, The Bug Butcher, Costume Quest 2, Matilda Castilla EX, Cursed Castle, and Tower of Guns. So those games join the other titles that are available in the Xbox Game Pass. All right. Red Dead Redemption 2. Did you guys see the trailer that was released?
Yeah.
Looks
Yep.
good.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts, Rob? Other than it looks good.
Well, actually, it looks great. Not just good. It really reminds me of Westworld, the TV show. But I kind of looked at it. I kind of have a sense that it's going to be more of the same, just with a lot better graphics. But we'll see. I'm sure that it's got a lot more depth than the original, and I'm actually looking forward to it. And I will buy it, even when it's more expensive than $11. Just thought
yeah, it's a must buy for me. I'm definitely picking it up. I like that it's a prequel.
So what do you guys think? It sounds like, now help me remind myself. So John Marston, who you played in Red Dead Redemption,
yep,
wasn't he in the past? Wasn't he a member of Dutch's gang?
Yes.
Because it looks like I was expecting that we were going to play as John Marston in Dutch's gang, but it looks like we're going to play as some other character in Dutch's gang.
Wait, was he in his gang? Sorry, maybe I answered too quickly. Is it exactly in his gang? Because in Red Dead, you go to take on somebody, which I thought, is that him? Is that Dutch?
I believe, yeah. I that's what I thought. It's been several years since I've played it,
but
I thought, because if I recall, that he left that gang. He used to be part of Dutch's gang. I thought John Marston, right. And I know our Twitch community will fill us in because we got smart people watching. But I thought he was part of that gang, and then I don't remember what it was, but he ended up not doing that life anymore and got married and had a kid and ended up, for whatever, I don't even remember how he got mixed in, but he had to go back and fight those guys. So I thought this was going to be a prequel and that we were going to play as John Marston back in those days, but it's not. You don't play as John Marston. But in that trailer, he did call out Dutch. So my understanding is you're going to play as a member of Dutch's gang. Okay, but I'm not sure of the time frame. If this is before Marston, after Marston, I don't know.
Right. Because for some reason I thought Marston actually started his own gang probably after. But, maybe we'll find out when that actually happens. But I'm reading here. It says John Marston is taken from his family from the Bureau of Investigation and will only be granted amnesty when he brings the remaining members of his old gang to justice. Marston sets off to track down Bill Williamson, who now runs his own gang. Marston confronts Williamson at his stronghold, Fort Mercer, only to be shot and left for dead. So in Red Dead, he's going after the old members of his own gang, but maybe this is the part of where maybe he gets how he becomes and gets his own gang or whatever. Maybe he starts out as this. I can't exactly remember.
So
but we'll find out, I guess.
Yeah, it is. It says it's a prequel, and it stars a new character, Arthur Morgan. So we're gonna play as Arthur Morgan, and then Rockstar says they describe the game as the story of outlaw Arthur Morgan and the Vanderling gang as they rob, fight, and steal their way across the vast and rugged heart of America in order to survive. The Vanderling gang is the Lindy, I don't know, gang is also known as Dutch's gang, which the last game's protagonist John Marston would eventually join and leave.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, maybe we'll see John Marston then as like a cameo. Maybe we'll see him join and leave. I don't know. We're not playing as him, which I thought kind of stunk, but the visuals and the game looks like it's going to be just phenomenal, and I can't wait to see it on the X. It's just going to be the best looking game out there. And this game does, so everybody heads up. Sony's got Red Dead is in bed with Sony, so Sony's getting
Mm.
everything first. But it's still going to look best on the X. So we got
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Early career, John Marston was an outlaw gang member and gunslinger. He ran with Dutch, Bill Williamson, and another person. So there you go.
But it does. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it
the
does look
trailer
good.
looked really awesome. So cool. All right, moving
right.
along. I'm gonna skip that one. There's an Xbox Assist, but it's like on your dashboard. You can go in and see some stuff. It's on the new dashboard if you have that. If you're in the beta, but there's like a self-assist thing coming. Other than that, turn it over to Rob. Looks like with some new stuff.
Sure. So last week we talked about how the Duke controller, the original Xbox controller, was coming back out. It went to tooling or production, I believe, recently. And I was reading another article on it, and I thought I'd just mention this real quick because I thought it was kind of interesting. And there was some discussion about it. I mean, either I guess you loved the controller or you hated it. Most people hated it because it was massive. It was really large. And that is kind of an understatement. So apparently what had happened with this thing was Microsoft had outsourced the PC board for the controller to some third-party company. And when they were done, it came back too large. So they actually had to make do with it. I guess they were on a time crunch or something like that. So apparently the reason why it was so massive was because of a goof from the third-party company. And they just had to size the controller to house the board. So I thought that was kind of neat to hear at least why it was quite like that. Because if you really think about it, that huge Xbox insignia in the center was just a huge waste of space. Apparently, it was there for a reason, to waste the space. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then let's see. There's a custom controller coming out, and it's inspired by the GT2 RS Porsche. Now, if I remember right, this is the new Porsche that's in Forza, isn't it? Maybe. I don't know if you guys remember that. Anyway,
Porsche's been in it for a couple for the last two or the last one as well.
Yeah, but they had like this fancy one that they had in there. Anyway.
Oh, this is the one that they showed off. Yeah,
Right.
They showed off at E3. Okay, sorry. Yes.
So it's the 911 GT2 RS. So, what's the name of the company? Scuff Controllers or Scuff Gaming and Turn 10 Studios paired up to do a limited edition controller for the release of the Forza Motorsport 7 title, which is coming out here shortly if you haven't gotten it. On Friday, I believe. So it's a special controller. It has, let's see here, what is the coloring on this?
It's gray pinstripes. It's gray with pinstripes.
Yeah, it's got pinstripes. Silver with black and red highlights is meant to mirror the interior of the real car, and is hand stitched on the back. And it comes so if you're going to be getting a supercar like the 911, then you're going to expect to fork out some cash. Well, for this controller, kind of the same thing. So this controller is priced at a mere $299.95. Only 2,000 of them are going to be made.
Oh, okay.
And then there's another 500 that will come as part of a bundle that costs $365.95, as well as featuring some custom parts and a scale model of the car. How about that? $300 makes that Elite controller seem cheap.
Yeah. I mean, the controller looks cool.
Oh, it does.
And everything, but I will say that Somebody has lost their mind. I mean, they'll probably sell out of them too, since there's only a limited amount being made. But somebody, I'm reading the comments, and somebody does have a good thing. He goes, well, for $300, you might as well just get a wheel, like get a whole wheel set up if you're really going to spend that much money
really
into
nice
a controller.
One,
because this game here is also on PC. If you buy it in both places, you get it on PC. Why not have a whole wheel set up and just do it right if you're going to spend that much money?
Yeah,
which that's actually a very good comment to make.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
And I haven't played with a wheel since the original wheel that came out in the 360, the one that caught on fire or something like that.
I have one of those in my garage.
Yeah, ditto.
I still have it.
Yeah, but racing with the wheels is just amazing. It's the only way to do it. It's a shame they're so bulky and kind of a pain to set up. But yeah, I agree. I mean, for $300, I'm sure you can get a whole really nice wheel setup. And I don't know if you have if you have the GT2 RS sitting in your garage, you probably
can afford it.
Yeah, you don't care.
That's weeks worth of gas.
So you can get a pretty sweet controller to go along with your smooth ride. Another thing coming up here is looks like gifting is available in the Xbox store. I don't know if you guys saw that. Cool. I don't remember it personally, but apparently it is operational.
Good.
Basically, what you do is when you go into the store, you have the option to buy something, buy as a gift, or Game Hub. If you purchase the game, it'll say play, buy as gift, or Game Hub. When you go to purchase something as a gift, you have two options for that. So this is kind of a nice way that they did it. So first thing you can do is you can choose a list, or you can choose somebody from a list of your Xbox friends. So that makes for an easy gifting process. So you just go through the list of friends, choose the gamer tag, and it goes to them. Or you can alternatively do an email address. So it'll charge you, it'll send them a code, and basically they just they'll get a 25-character key that they can then redeem on Xbox Live.
Wait, so I got an idea.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to test this out, Rob. So, Rob, you go to the store, go to Cuphead.
Okay.
Do buy as gift.
And send it to you.
Do from friends list. Do it to me, and we'll test it out.
That sounds like a great idea. We'll do it right after the show.
Okay. All right.
Or you could send it to your best friend.
Yeah, that's what I said. Send it to me.
Oh, the one that actually listens to the show.
Oh,
over the past 2
if
weeks.
only Brun had listened to us the last 2 weeks, he might have had Cuphead for free.
Well, you know what, Mark? He would have listened to me, not to you.
That's true.
Yeah.
But we have fixed that problem.
No,
so
it was Kyle and myself. Yeah.
Yeah, last week it was Rob only.
Yeah.
Yes, we do believe it has been corrected. So.
Yes. Crossing our fingers.
Stupid cables.
Yeah, stupid cable. Yeah, when people want to get into doing this and doing on Twitch and recording and podcasting and doing all that stuff, listen, it is a good time sink. It does take a lot of time and stuff like that. Just to know that all of our audio issues, as much software as we use and this and that and hardware, we got mics and DBXs and all this stuff, and Mark's on the calls with me, and we spent a couple hours going through every setting on his computer, and Rob did the same thing over the past couple weeks. Yeah, it's a cable that instead of one black ring, it had two black rings. So instead of a mono cable, it was a stereo cable. That was what's causing the problem.
Yet
it
never happened before. It's the same cable I've had for years.
But on the old
it's
computer,
right? On the old computer. For some reason, it caused a problem on the new computer. So it must be the sound card is because it's like a Realtek HD. That had to be the difference. But we fixed it, or it looks like we've corrected the issue by switching the cable back to a mono cable, or buying a mono cable and getting it plugged in.
Yeah, so, but with your new computer, with your old computer, you used to use a mixing board. And with your new computer, we got rid of the mixing boards.
That's true.
And the cable you use as your primary cable now, which was the stereo cable, was never used previously to stream the audio, it was going through stereo cables. So that cable was actually all the aux cable, so it would have never been a problem. You would never noticed until we did it this setup. So yeah, it's fun stuff, guys.
But we apologize, but at least
Yep.
we have figured it out. So we'll see.
Yep.
If anybody can't hear me this week, let me know. But during all our testing, everything looks good now. We've looks to have solved it. So, anyways, are we done? Because we're an hour in and we've got a lot of voicemails and emails to hit.
Sure,
We've
let me
got
go
money
over
to
this
give away.
real quick. There's only a couple of things this week. First off, one thing that's brand new on the Alpha Ring for the insiders is the ability to order your friends list by game. So that's kind of cool. It's a different way to sort.
Oh, I like
And-
that.
Yeah.
Does
as
it
I
do it by
mentioned
default? Like, will it do it by default? So if I'm playing Zombie Army Trilogy and I go into my friends list, does it automatically put anybody that's playing that at the top? Because that's what it really should do. It should be automatic.
I would imagine, from what I'm seeing, it looks like the games are alphabetic, but
Yeah.
you can sort them by game. So you just
Okay.
scroll down to the game that you're looking for.
That's too much work. I could scroll through the
Yeah.
friends list by then. It would just be nice, like if you're playing a game and you hit your friends list, that anybody playing that same game would automatically be at the top. Because
Maybe that's at the next.
you know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to hit the
Yeah.
user feedback and put that in if it's not there. Because if I'm going into the friends list, I might probably be going in to say, hey, invite some people to play this with me. And I would want to see who's already playing it. And this is for any game.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
So there's that. The Microsoft Store update that I mentioned was because, how I said there was like a different logo now. I guess that's because the Microsoft Store has arrived in Xbox One. So it's the Microsoft Store logo that I was commenting on. And then lastly, this is kind of cool. I'm actually going to be testing this feature out, I guess, when I get my Xbox One X now in, 5 weeks? Wow, I can't believe it's that close.
Yeah.
Because it releases
Today's October
on the 7th,
1st, man.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're 5 weeks away.
So
Wow.
one thing that rolled out to the insiders now is the ability to transfer games and apps across the network from one Xbox to another. So that is pretty cool. You don't have to do like a drive transfer. You don't have to re-download everything from the store. You can just basically copy from one Xbox to another. So if you have two Xboxes at home, let's say one in the office, one in the living room, you can just copy everything across, either wired or wireless networking. So you can copy everything over without just killing your bandwidth cap. And that is it for this week.
Alrighty. You can send us a voicemail by going to thisxboxlife.com, clicking on the voicemail link on the right-hand side, and we got 4 voicemails this week, and we got like 13 emails all for this. So you can also email us, contact at thisxboxlife.com, and I'm going to burn through the other announcements before we start going into all these. You can also follow us on Twitter at thisxboxlife.com/Twitter or /Facebook to join our Facebook community. It's a closed group, so your boss won't know you're talking about video games during the day. All right. So we're going to go back and we are going to play. So here's why we got so many. And I love it. I wish you guys, hey, my request is send voicemails and emails all the time to us. I'd love to spend a half hour every week just reading your comments and questions and stuff. But we did give Commander Sisson, member of our community for a long time, a personal friend of mine. He has donated $60 to TXL to give away to somebody. So we are going to give a $60 gift card away to one of these 17 people. And the questions that he asked was, what game did you play this year? What was your favorite game you played so far? And what game are you looking forward to that is to be released by the end of the year? So I'm going to attempt to play these. Okay. So the first voicemail is from Christoph. And if you're wondering why his is longer than the most, he emailed us his voicemail. If you use our regular voicemail, please leave it under 60 seconds because I think it cuts you off at 60 seconds. But here we go. First one up.
What's up, guys? This is Christoph on Xbox Live. Hey, I just wanted to call in and drop my name in the hat for the giveaway that Bo so graciously donated. And to answer the questions, as far as the game that I'm looking forward to the most this year, it's got to be Forza. I'm a racing game guy through and through, and they got me again. So I will be playing it very soon when this podcast goes up because they got me and I bought the $100 version again. So I'll be playing it a couple days early, which is pretty cool. I'm excited to try that out. Also, honorable mention to Cuphead. I mean, that game has just been in development for so long. It's going to be fun to get in there and just see what it's all about. I know it's probably going to be way too hard for me to complete, but just the visual style in that game is amazing. Getting to experience a hand-drawn game should be a really, really cool experience. So looking forward to that one. As far as the games that have come out, not so many this year that I haven't had a chance to play that I really, really wanted to, but still a lot from last year. I got sucked into Overwatch deep. And so I missed out on a bunch of games from the end of last year that I never really got around to. But I'm excited to get back to them with the Xbox One X enhancements. Games like Gears of War 4, Fallout 4, Titanfall 2, all these big hitters that I actually bought and then never played, really honestly because of Overwatch. But now I've kind of fallen out of that game, played it solid for a year and a half straight. So looking forward to the 4K enhancements on these older games and getting back into them. So that should be pretty darn cool. Anyways, those are my answers. Thanks for the great show, guys. Keep it up. Talk to you later.
All right. Next one on the list is the Cornbread.
Hey, guys. Just want to let you know what games I'm really looking forward to. That'll be Battlefront 2. Super excited about it. Can't wait for it to start. And also the game that I want to really get back and play is Zelda Breath of the Wild. Just need to hunker down and beat that game. It looks like a lot of fun.
All right, thank you. The next one, I don't know if I'm saying this right. It looks like Jay Jamming. Here we go.
I'm looking for Star Wars Battlefront, and I really want to play Mario plus Rabbids.
I have a feeling I just figured out who this is. I think this person might be ineligible. Am I right, Brun?
I don't know who is it.
Oh, I was wondering if that was your son.
Oh no, that is not. No.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Okay, and the last voicemail.
It's my son.
Oh, is it? I was going to say,
No.
no, it's not mine. Nope.
I was just wondering, well, maybe that's Jameson or something. But
No. I thought you were thinking it was.
okay, and the last one is from Snake SFD1.
Hi, Snake here. For a game that I haven't played yet in 2017, I would pick Injustice 2. I didn't want to put the money down for it, but if I had to get a past game of 2017, that would definitely be it, because I like fighting games. And for an upcoming game, I would pick Assassin's Creed Origins, just because it looks interesting in Egypt, and I liked most of the other past Assassin's Creed games.
All right, so that is our voicemails for this week. Thank you, everybody who did send a voicemail. I like hearing voicemails. I enjoy the emails. I know they're easier to send, but for a lot of people, but I just like hearing people in the show. All right, so the next one, we're starting with Rob, right? Is going to read our first.
Yeah.
So Rob's going to read our first email, and then we're just going to rotate around, so we'll each take one. So we'll let you start, Rob.
Okay, first one's from Naughtius Maximus. The game release I'm most looking forward to is Forza Motorsport 7. Would be Red Dead Redemption, but that is no longer this year. The game I bought and still haven't gotten around to playing is Mass Effect
Andromeda.
Andromeda. Yeah. I was like, what? Not really looking all that much forward to it after all the comments. But since I bought the maxed out version on pre-release based on past franchise performance, I feel the need. Now, two other things. Number one, on the digital versus physical format, I hear lots of people complain about how digital prices should be lower. However, I've never heard anyone take into account that it is incumbent on a company selling mixed media like this to protect the interest of their resellers, assuming they wish to keep having resellers and avoid lawsuits. Regardless of the reduced costs to them in production, Microsoft must continue to sell digital copies for retail, as long as the physical copies they're selling are expected to be retail. Otherwise, no merchants would buy them for resale. Two, as for sneaking in digital copies versus board games, I once snuck in an entire Xbox One into the spare bedroom so it could be set up for in-house multiplayer. Guests were coming to stay, and I hate split screen. I just put it. That's a good one. I just put it in there next to the Xbox 360 one evening while my wife was napping. She didn't notice because she knew I always had a console in there. By the time she did notice 6 months later, I just said, it's been there forever. Remember? I kind of feel Microsoft owes me an achievement for that bit of sleight of hand. That was a good one. Nice.
Yeah.
Well played.
I'd be dead. That's funny.
Oh man.
That's
like that term. What ask for?
It's easier to ask for
forgiveness, not-
forgiveness than permission.
Yeah, my wife loves that because I made that comment a couple times and she looks at me. Every husband knows the wife look of like, yeah, go ahead and try it and see what happens type of look. Yeah, I got that. So no, it's not easier. But all right, am I up? Or are you up, Mark?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I am Brooklyn. Response to the question to enroll in the giveaway. I want to play Prey. I heard it looks amazing in 4K. The game he looks forward to that is not out yet is Cuphead, which is out now. So I'm assuming I am Brooklyn is playing that now. So,
all right.
Next.
Brentley524 says, in response to Commander System's voicemail last week, I'm looking forward to playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. I would like to play Sonic Mania, but I have not gotten around to it. Thanks you for all you guys do. All right, Rob.
All right, next up, Fate Slicer 815. Game I missed that I need to play is Ghost Recon Wildlands. Game I'm looking forward to, Battlefront 2 or Red Dead 2. This is a late entry, so if it doesn't make it on the show, no worries, but it did. Just got done with 451 today. Great show, guys. Keep up the good work.
Right. Dead Kamikaze 3 says, hey guys, really enjoy listening to you guys every week. Thanks for fixing the audio issues I was experiencing. The game I'm looking forward to the most is probably Mario Odyssey, and the one that I want to play that's already out would be Death of the Outsider. Ooh, yeah. I love Dishonored 2, but thanks to the hours of Destiny 2 I've been putting in, I just haven't gotten to open it yet. Thanks for all the entertainment.
All right. Bumblewoot says, hello, guys. Have not been able to make it to the live show for a few weeks now. Hopefully can make it there this Sunday. To answer the two questions from episode 451, the game I'm looking forward to playing, but has not yet been released, is the Hunter Call of the Wild, a beautiful-looking hunting simulator that releases soon. And the game that has released this year that I want to play but have not gotten around to is Conan Exiles, survival game. I believe it is early access, so maybe it does not count for the question. So another one would be Wildlands. Have not played it yet, but hope to soon. Have a good show, Bumblewoot.
Next up is from MacTechie. Number one, PUBG for Xbox One, and Madden for number two, Madden 2018.
PUBG's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Fortnite?
Battle
No,
Royale mode
PUBG.
for Fortnite, which is
Yeah,
free.
Battle Royale.
Yeah. I haven't tried that out yet. I'm going to this week. Bradley's been playing it, so it's pretty fun.
It's actually I did play one round. Oh, of course, had you listened to the show last week, you would have known.
Yeah.
Okay. Snyderio says, "I'm most looking forward to PlayerUnknown's Battleground. Doom is the game that is already out that I want to play. And since you didn't ask but need to know, Destiny 2 and Paladins are tied for Game of the Year."
All right,
All right.
Diggs C86. Hey there, gentlemen. Heard about the contest. There have been quite a few games that came out for a system I don't own that I want. One that left a strong impression was Nier Automata. One that I'm looking forward to, Shadow of War. Oh, that would show up in here. And I would have to say that, wouldn't I? Oh, that was not me. That was a quote from an email. Thank you for the opportunity for a great show. Keep up the good work. Cheers.
Chameleon writes in, "Hey guys, I'm Chris. My gamer tag is Chameleon. I love the show. A game that has come out this year, but I haven't had a chance to play yet. But I want to play is Injustice 2. Then the game I'm looking forward to playing later this year is Assassin's Creed Origins. Thanks, guys, for the chance."
All right. The Terminator says, "Hey guys, the Terminator here. Believe it or not, I'm looking forward to Call of Duty World War II this year. I haven't purchased a Call of Duty game since World at War, and I'm looking forward to going back to the basics. The game I've been wanting to play, but haven't gotten around to yet is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Still loving the podcast, guys. Looking forward to playing some more Battlefield 1 with you, Brun. Rob is my favorite host. Brun is my favorite host." I meant, Rob, that's what I was going to do is when I got on there, I was going to say, Brun is my favorite host and see if
Yes.
he caught on. But you were waiting. You were watching like a hawk.
On the edge of my seat.
Yes. So, and Terminator, we'll see about playing Battlefield 1 again.
All right, next one's from Donna. Next one's from Dawn of Time BC. Most looking forward to South Park, The Fractured But Whole. Wish I have time to play Dishonored 2 and all the free games we've been getting from Games with Gold. It's increasing my backlog threefold. Also, you never got back to answering my question on where Couple 2-3 comes from. Over the years, I've heard you guys say it numerous times, Don. We did talk about that, but we'll say it again. So
We talked about it a couple, 2-3 times.
yeah, a couple two. Now this is a couple 2-3 times. So I think Rob answered this last time, but this is like a Chicago thing, as far as I know. When I lived in Chicago, that's what it means, 2 or 3. But it's like with kind of like the mafia slang. Yeah, a couple
It's like
2-3.
slang.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, and you have to say 3 as tree.
right. Yeah.
3.
It means it's 2 or 3, but yeah. And like I'll still say it to this day, but it's kind of like I'll say it in the terms of so like Xbox One has sold, I don't know what, 40 million copies or whatever the number is, I don't know. I'll be like, yeah, Xbox sold a couple 2-3. You know, it's just that's all it is. It just means a lot, or that's so. But it's a stupid Chicago thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's everybody has their slang moments because mine's collar,
Caller.
Collar
Collar.
instead of color.
and yeah, so people always, I believe Mark, your wife was just like, why is he red? What's he talking about? Like on a t-shirt, on a shirt? It's like, no, like red, blue, green, like a collar.
It's
So, I do have to ask, is that just a you thing or is that like an Ohio thing?
It's
Is it a
really not an
personal problem?
Ohio. It's no, well, it's a personal thing. It's not just an Ohio thing. It's more of a southeastern Ohio thing. I mean, there's a number of things we say like home, like and not home. It's home, and I think I've told this before. Like I always ask, what do you swim in? Like when you go swimming in the summer, you swim in a pool, and telephone lines hang from a telephone pole, and you don't push, you pull.
Pool?
So it's pull, and pull instead of pool, and pull. It's like you have to. I have to like really concentrate on saying it, but it's just pull to me. So.
All right.
But no, it's collars, just the way it is. Crayon instead of crayon.
We're all
Yeah.
educated, as you can tell.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we've heard from a couple 2-3 people today, and we got one left to go. So,
Yeah.
what's the last
Okay.
email here?
Okay. Last one's from Carp Adam 79. Hey guys, hope all is well. Here are my answers. Number 1, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and this game looks amazing. Add in a campaign that is officially
Canon.
and I'm sold. Can't wait for this one. Then number 2, Gears of War 4's campaign. I've played Horde mode and enjoyed it, but the Xbox One is my first Xbox console, so I've been trying to play through the rest of the series amidst playing newer games before tackling it, so I'm way behind there. I need to get back to 3 and finish it. Thank you, Adam.
So, Adam, after Gears of War 3, skip Judgment. It's a waste of time.
Judgment.
Judgment really sucks. And then go to 4. Gears of War 3 probably had the best story. I would say Gears of War 4's story, in my opinion, is probably just one step down from 3. I think 3's was the best. They're all fantastic, except Judgment, but that wasn't done by Epic. So, but yeah. All right. So that wraps it up. We've got, and if you guys will notice, I counted it out. That's 17 entries. So I'm going to go over to random.org. I've already got it picked. And unlike other shows where they're going to continue to hit the button until the proper number comes up so they can give away to their best buddy, I'm not going to mention the show. I'm going to hit the button one time. And whatever number it is, that's who gets it. And we're going to go in order the way we read them.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit the button one time. The result is number 4. And I'll go back. And that was a voicemail then. We had 4 voicemails. Who was our last voicemail? I lost my list. I'm way at the bottom.
Snake SFD1.
Snake SFD1. So congratulations. I will be sending you the code. Hopefully that is your gamer tag. I will be sending it to you over Xbox Live. So look for that probably tonight or by tomorrow. I'll definitely get it to you by tomorrow. But you'll probably have it tonight. So thank you guys. Thank you everybody. Thank you, Bo, for the giveaway. We really appreciate that. We couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you so much. All right. So we can go into Rob's section. What's new this week?
Mute
Rob.
Mute on Rob.
Or unmute Rob. How about unmute?
Yeah.
I got a couple 2-3 games this week from October 2nd through the 8th. We have on October 2nd, The Hunter, Call of the Wild. And on the 3rd, Mystic Bell, Let Them Come, Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen, Marble Void. On the 4th, we have N++. Wow, this is an old game. This was out on a 360.
No, that was N+.
Oh,
This is the long-awaited sequel.
It's a
N++.
N++. Yes. And then also on the 4th, we have Inversus Deluxe. On the 6th, is that Judge or Jidge?
I don't know.
JYDGE. It looks kind of cool. It's like a
I'd say
3/4
Judge.
isometric game. Yeah.
Yeah. It says build your own cybernetic judge and eradicate crime in the never sleeping. So I'd say Judge.
Yeah.
Slight ripoff of Judge Dredd. Slightly.
A lot of pretty
Syndicate?
colors in that game.
This
Yeah.
reminds me of Syndicate, maybe?
Collars. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the original
Oh.
Syndicate, not the one that came on the
Yeah.
360.
Oh, yeah. Old school. There.
Oh, and
More
real
games.
quick, let me interrupt because I just had this thought because I mentioned Syndicate. So, Rob, what did we play that on originally?
Wasn't it Amiga?
Okay. Who makes the Amiga?
Commodore?
Okay. What did we play before we had our Amigas? What were we on? You and I both before the Amiga.
Commodore 64.
Yeah, and what has
Yeah.
Nintendo been doing recently that's become very popular?
Oh, I see where you're going with this. They brought out brand new miniaturized versions of them.
They're releasing a Commodore 64 Mini with
Yeah.
a whole bunch of games on it, and I went and looked at that list. There was only one game I recognized, but they're
You know-
miniaturizing a Commodore 64.
Yeah.
So,
Funny.
Yeah, that's if you don't want to run an emulator. Actually, you don't probably even need an emulator. They'll probably run in Flash or Java on a browser.
On a graphing calculator.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
easily
Sorry.
on a phone.
Yep.
Okay. So for the 6th, we have that Jidge, whatever, the Culling 1.0, Bulb Boy, Iron Wings, and a Zombie Party. Then Games with Gold for October has started up for Xbox One. For the month, we have Gone Home. It started yesterday, or no, today. Today is the 1st. That's right.
Yep.
Sunday the 1st. So we have Gone Home, and then continuing for another 2 weeks, we have Oxenfree for Xbox 360. The title for the first half of October is Rayman 3 HD. Don't forget that is a backwards compatibility title, and you can play it on your shiny new Xbox One along with your old Xbox 360. Then lastly, if you're an iTunes user, make sure to find us on the iTunes store. Give us a rating, 5 stars if you would. The more of those that we get, the more popular we get in the store. We get featured, more people find us, grows the community, and everybody's happy. So I believe that's it. Do you guys have anything else to add for episode 453?
Nope.
Yeah, I guess we can wrap it up. We'll give Brun a little time to go back and listen to the 2 previous episodes.
Yeah. That's right.
So, thank you guys for all the emails and voicemails, and thank you guys for continuing to support us. We really appreciate it. We will be back next week. And if anyone has not hearing me speak right now, please let me know. I am Mark, aka Wingman 709, taking off.
Yeah, if you don't hear Mark on the YouTube or the Twitch, you can hear him on the MP3 when it's released this week. I'm Rob, also known as Prestar. Thanks for listening, everybody.
And I'm Brun, BJ Swick 33. I'm going to go listen to TXO.